Let's stay with the build-up then on energy matters, as of course we are getting closer to 8 p.m. when the president is expected to address the nation on the energy crisis. Let's speak again to our politics editor, Mzwandile Mbeje, who joins us in studio now. Mzwandile, some have said that the plan has been leaked. We saw News 24, for example, reporting that this is likely to open the floodgates of private generation. What is your crystal ball telling you?
As I was listening to the professor before I answered the question, yesterday we ran a story at SABC which basically says Zambia has an excess energy of 1,000 megawatts, and then you ask yourself, what is stopping us from doing those? When you listen to the professor and being so articulate on what needs to be done. But I guess that's for another day. So what we have sussed out as we try to check what exactly is the president going to be focusing on, Bongiwe, is that you are going to have serious interventions. You know that the IPPs, for example, so many of them are ready to come on, but there is a lot of red tape. So one of the things, of the measures that the president is expected to announce is really to announce how you go through that red tape. Because as you were listening to the professor there, South Africa has the capacity, they have the experts to be able to advise on these things. And this plan that the president, or this intervention that the president is going to announce, is crafted from the wide spectrum of consultations. I mean, the energy aspects were consulted on this. Very many stakeholders, Eskom itself. So the president also went to the power station, so to get a proper understanding. So what we really expect that will happen is that the measures that will be announced would deal mainly with the red tape, which actually is the one that is causing all these things, because it prevents even people who are able to come online and help.
Could we see the issue of skills also being addressed in this particular plan? Because we saw a few days ago, Solidarity coming out to say that it's been asked to submit some names when it comes to some of those skills that are desperately needed in order to assist with whatever plan is going to be put in motion. Mzwandile.
Oh, yes. We need skills. We need interventions that will bring the long-lasting solution to this problem. So that is one aspect. And perhaps the other thing that I did not say at the beginning is that, those caps that you can only produce so much electricity. And I see that also being dealt with, because those are all areas that need to be looked at if you want to resolve this problem once and for all. So certainly the much needed skills. You can't have a power station that is up just for one day, and then you are told today everything is well and in order. 2 days later, you are told the power station elsewhere is tripped. So clearly, you can see that perhaps some of the people who are tasked with fixing some of those difficulties are not really well equipped. So with the issue of skills being brought online from everywhere, so this issue would certainly get the attention of the president.
And Mzwandile, as we then also, wrap up, because this issue has also not only been about the energy crisis, but on a political front, it has also exposed certain other issues as well, where we saw the deployees of the ANC, be that, in the form of the Public Enterprises Minister, as well as the Mineral Resources Minister, not speaking in one voice, seemingly to be speaking from different corners. That is also going to be one of the things that will be critical moving forward in order to ensure that whatever plan is put in motion, because it's likely to include both departments, it is one that can be implemented.
Certainly, and in the recent days, it's been interesting even to hear what the Minister Mzwandile basically saying. I mean, even referring to the CEO saying perhaps he's not the right man to fix Eskom, and then other people pointing fingers at Minister Pravin Gordhan, others at Mzwandile. So, as the president was consulting all the stakeholders, these ones were tasked really with the responsibility of making sure that they speak with one voice, because at the end of the day, it doesn't help if they come from different directions. The country is suffering and it cannot take this suffering any longer. So the president had to act. That's why we're expecting drastic actions tonight.
And certainly drastic action needed, Mzwandile, because adding new capacity is key now to close the gap that we have. And it's going to be interesting to see if we will be seeing more of a waiving of these regulations when it comes to adding new players onto the grid. Let's leave it there with you for now. Mzwandile is watching this very closely. And remember, we will bring you the address by the president on all the SABC platforms. Certainly you can watch that one at 8 p.m.